Welcome to our Homestead country life journey. It's a first for me, but my husband actually grew up here on this property. Below the hill we will be living on is where my in-laws have their house, so together we live on a multi-generational little homestead. We've spent years dreaming of this, but not making the dream a priority until one day the vision was given and an idea became steps in motion. Once I feel ready for something, there's really nothing that can get in the way of it. So in April, we signed the construction loan for our home. We're building a rollaway home about 3 hours from our property. It travels in one piece from Stratford, Oklahoma to our hill. And we really wrestled with many different options of building, finally landing on something that offered both high quality and at a price that fit into our values of bringing my husband home off the road. While we can financially support a site-built house, it's currently so expensive that doing that would require a longer commitment of my husband being away from home working. His job has been such a blessing, but with our kids getting older, we really are ready to transition from that way of life to the next one that God's shown us. While my husband has breaks from work, we are preparing for the house, and in this video we staked out the house, the pad and the road were created, and the culverts for the driveway were put in by my husband and his 82-year-old grandpa. And currently what you're watching is when the neighbor's goats got into where my in-laws' house is and ate some of their plants, so they were not super excited about that. The kids loved it. They thought that they were at a petting zoo. But it made me realize that we're going to have fencing that will keep our animals in and then also keep the neighbors' animals out. I think they got in through this front gate area that is really wide for them to just stroll on through. This channel will be our journey from living in town to working on a homestead. You'll see chickens, a big garden, cows, we're going to learn how to preserve food and build an herbal apothecary. I'm going to share our wins, our mistakes, the learning curves that come with this life. I'm also a nutritional therapy practitioner and a master's student in human nutrition and functional medicine. So you're going to see how I blend that into our homestead life, from growing nutrient-dense food to understanding how soil, food, and health really all connect. This is where my work meets my lifestyle. If you're curious about functional nutrition, traditional skills, or simply building a life that feels more aligned for you and your family, you're going to feel right at home here. If you'd like to follow along on our journey, please subscribe, follow, all of those things. I'd really appreciate it. I know that there are many of us who find this topic interesting and valuable. Some of the things that are being done in this video is we hired someone to make our pad for our house to sit on. And that person also did our driveway. He cleared it with a dozer, and our driveway is about 1/4 mile long. And he made our entrance to our driveway. And my husband and his grandpa are putting in the culverts that go into the entrance of our driveway. And a culvert's really not something that you think about until you need one, but it's basically a large pipe that lets water flow under the driveway instead of washing over it when it rains. It's very important, but it's also not exciting. But what is exciting is to actually see things being done, because we actually started our construction loan for the house in April. That's when we signed it, but we were on the wait list once we signed the contract. And then we sat on the wait list for 5 months, and our house didn't actually get started being built until the beginning of October. And the thing about where it's being built is that it's very streamlined, so it's going to take about 4 to 5 months to build it there. So it will have ended up being like a 9, 10, maybe 12-month process. I'm not sure, because we also have some other things that are in the construction loan that we need to have done once the house is delivered. But it's exciting to see also land work getting done, because my husband, as I said, works on the road, so he doesn't have a lot of opportunity to do the work that he can do and that we can save money if he does. So one of those things is putting in the culverts, and that's very exciting.
But we can when it's uphill, right?
this third one for?
Yeah. It's gonna have to come up a little and I can raise it. I have put your screwdriver in it. They hammered out. That may be.
While Robbie and his grandpa finished the culverts, I took the two youngest kids to the house and we dropped some stuff off and we got to walk into the house for the very first time, which was so exciting. I am such a visual person that having the house on a piece of paper is fine to get the layout, but I really need to be in the space to see how it's going to feel. And that was very awesome that we got to do that, and the kids were so excited about the tubs being put in, and it was nice to like pick their rooms. And we also wrote some scriptures on the walls. I was really hoping that we could all be here for this, but Robbie, he was only home for a short period of time and really needed to finish the culverts. So next time though, I think we're gonna go again and during Thanksgiving break. But thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy this type of video, please follow along and watch our journey. This is just the beginning. I have so much left to share.